Hello YouTubers, RogueMonkeyJr here, bringing you yet another Apocalypse DLC weapon review. Today I will be taking a look at the LMG 0818, and yes, it is indeed called the LMG and not IMG, as some people said that it was a capitalized I. No, it's a lowercase l. I did a little bit of research, and the L stands for Luftgekühlt, which means air-cooled in German, so it is indeed the LMG 0818. So the LMG 0818 is available for the support class, of course, and it comes in two different variants. The low weight, which requires you to perform 50 kills with the support class with anything in your class, in any gadgets or whatever you get the kills with, as long as you're support, they will count towards the unlock of this weapon. And the second variant is the LMG 0818 suppressive. So obviously it comes with the scope, and this one requires you to perform 50 kills with the LMG 0818 low weight, and requires you to perform 100 resupplies in one round. Now just take note that one map of operations counts as a round, so if you're having a hard time getting those 100 resupplies, try going into an operations. If you're attacking or defending, if it's the same map and there's a second battalion on the same map, it still counts as a single round. So let's get right into the statistics part of the video. So for sake of simplicity, I will be looking at the low weight variant stats as opposed to looking at both of them. They have negligible differences, so it's going to make it a little bit easier this way. So the LMG 0818 has a damage model similar to most of the other LMGs on the middle of the spectrum. So maximum damage of 28, minimum damage of 21. Drop-off points are as follows: 11 meters for 28, and then it goes down to 25 damage at 12 meters, and then it goes all the way down to 21 damage at 35 meters, at which point you will be doing 21 damage from here on out. Now the fire rate is a pretty respectable 600 rounds per minute, being beaten out only by the Parabellum MG1417 and being equal to the Bar 1918. Now, for the muzzle velocity, it has a nice muzzle velocity of 870 meters per second, which is pretty damn fast. If you're shooting targets at range, you won't need to lead the target that much. It has a big magazine size of 100 rounds, which makes it so that you won't have to go through the reload too often. And trust me, you won't want to go through the reload too often. We don't have the amount of time that it takes to reload on the statistics charts, but it is really long. So always have either a trusty sidearm if you don't have time to reload, or find a nice little spot to actually change your magazine, because it does take quite a bit of time. I think it's pretty much on par with the Browning 1917, so roughly 7.5 second reload time, which is a hell of a long time, especially when you're in the thick of combat. So now moving on to the recoil, this is where it gets a little bit hairy. So the recoil up is 0.42 degrees, recoil left and right 0.575, and the recoil decrease on the low weight is 10.002 degrees every couple of seconds. And the first shot multiplier is 1.25 times the recoil. So as you can see, the recoil is quite the handful. You will need to tap fire this weapon. I wouldn't suggest it for long range unless you're using the bipod, at which point the bipod is very good. It's going to shoot pretty damn straight. I was using this mostly as a close quarter combat weapon because the recoil is just too difficult to control. It goes all over the place, it jumps everywhere, and you're going to have a hard time hitting people at range, unless of course you tap fire, but tap firing mechanics seems kind of obsolete in this title as opposed to previous titles like Battlefield 4, where tap firing was very, very efficient. So yeah, I was using this in a close quarter situation. It's very good, has a really good rate of fire, high damage model, decent damage model of 28, which is going to take you anywhere from 3 to 4 shots to down an enemy in close quarter combat, and at longer ranges, 5 and sometimes a little bit less, depending on where you hit the targets. But I was really enjoying using this like an assault rifle kind of for the support class. The Parabellum is very good also, but it has even more recoil, so it's kind of difficult to control even more. So I was having a lot of fun using this, particularly in TDM and some closer range combat situations. If you want to go for those long range kills with the with the support class, I would suggest maybe another LMG, because this probably doesn't fit the bill as well. And as for the suppressive variant of the weapon, I'm not a fan of the suppressive variants of the LMGs as a whole. I've never really used them that much, and probably never will. I don't see the the appeal of getting a scope on the LMGs. I just go with iron sights or AA sights depending on whichever I prefer. For this one I was going with the iron sights. They're quite good, not too intrusive on the screen, doesn't take up a big portion, and I could actually pinpoint targets very easily with the iron sights. So let me know in the comments down below if you have tried this weapon yet, if you enjoy it, what you think about it, and while you're down there, be sure to hit the like button if you enjoyed the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and as always, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Have a good one.